Hey there, article fans. I hope you're well. I hope you enjoyed that first video, and this is the second one, which is all about keyword research. So let's crack straight on with this. Before I get started in actually showing you the tools themselves, there's one thing that I need to kind of clarify, which is why we're doing this, okay? Hopefully you kind of got a taste of it in the last video, but the basic reason is that if you don't do keyword research, you're just guessing. You're just guessing at what people are searching for. You're just guessing at what people might be interested to read, instead of knowing for sure, which you can pretty much know for sure by doing a bit of keyword research. Okay, it's a very simple strategy to do. So let's just go right here to Google and type in keyword tool, which you can see I've already done on the screen. The very first result is the Google keyword tool itself. So you need to click on there and it will open up this Google keyword tool, which is through Google AdWords, which is their advertising platform. So the thing you need to do is type in here the word or phrase that you think people are searching for. Now this is the only part where it's guesswork, okay, because in very, very short time indeed, Google is going to tell you whether you're right or wrong about your assumptions, and then it's going to give you lots of other options as to what it says people are searching for, and being that it's the biggest search engine in the world, it's probably a good idea to listen. So the first thing to go for, let's have a look for this is all for my mum, I should remind you, so I should go into the health niche really, shouldn't I? Let's say how to, I tell you what is a really good keyword, how to get rid of, because people tend to avoid pain much more than they want to go towards pleasure as a general trend, which is a sad state of affairs, but people generally want to type in things like how to get rid of when it comes to problems, particularly medical problems, okay, because they want to get rid of something that's either embarrassing or unsightly or that's causing them a problem in some way. So let's say how to get rid of, and let's just type in that and see what happens. Okay, let's see what it suggests for us. I could do this with article marketing as my keyword, but I don't think that's very interesting for you guys. So okay, oh look at that, that's interesting. So look, there's loads of results there. How to get rid of spots, stretch marks, blackheads, acne scars, cellulite, eczema, warts. It goes on and on and on. Now the thing to look for here is, rather than broad matches where it says match type here, click on exact instead of broad, okay, and uncheck where it says broad, so it's the only one checked is the exact match. And this will tell you what people are searching for very specifically. It will tell you how many people are searching for those exact words. And when I say an exact match, what I mean is that they've gone to Google, they've typed in this case, how to get rid of stretch marks in those exact that exact order with those spaces, those exact words. It's not stretch mark singular, it's plural. Those exact words they've typed into Google. Look at that, there's 40,500 people per month searching for that, okay, which is pretty big. There's also how to get rid of spots, how to get rid of blackheads, acne scars, loads of others just there, which are potentially big keywords as well. Incidentally, if you're not an article writer, if you're watching this just out of interest, then this is a really good way of doing your market research, okay, as well, of finding out markets where people are looking for things, okay. So this is the same process as you would use for that you'd use for article marketing, okay. But look at these are article titles right here. How to get rid of stretch marks is a good article title. It's also something that people are always going to be looking for. Women will always want to find out the result or the answer to that, because people will always be having babies, you know, unless it's 2 million years in the future and we all worship Glong and I don't know, no babies aren't born anymore. They're all bred in test tubes, and they're all very long and thin. Anyway, that could be a potential thing in the future, but for the next 2 million years, you're pretty safe having this article out there. And who knows, maybe your article will last that long. So you could have an article that is those exact words, how to get rid of stretch marks. So that's an example. Let's just use that as an example, okay? And hopefully this makes sense to everyone watching. It makes sense in terms of the words you're looking for. Oh, one thing I should suggest as well is, down here on the right hand side it says local search trends, and this is what's happening in the UK in my case, but it will be your specific country. So that's what these mean here. These are the local search trends. This is the global one. Globally is the one you're looking for. Obviously it's the internet, you might as well use it. It's not just a local business area, but if you are a locally based business and you have people coming to your shop or your area or whatever, then these could be interesting, these could be useful for you. But for the time being, you need to make sure that these local search trends are relatively stable, okay? They don't tail off too much. Even looking at this, get rid of stretch marks, that tails off slightly, but I'm guessing that's because of the cycle of pregnancies. More people tend to have babies in the summer and in spring than they do in winter, for example. So this is November 2010. There's not as many births, I'm guessing, in that time, and I could go and research that to make sure, and I would do that to make sure that that was the case and this wasn't a dying trend. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be, because obviously, people are always looking for answers to that, because people are always giving birth. I'm trying to find a bad example. Okay, here's a really bad example. Wasps' nests and how to get rid of them. Okay, that's only going to be searched for when there are wasps about, which is only in the summer, as you can see just here. These ones are only going to be searched for ants in the home. Again, only when ants are around. So that's probably not a great article title because people are not always searching for it. So you need to make sure people are always searching for it as well. So once you've done that, clarify it. Go over to this tool right here, which is labs.wordtracker.com/keyword-questions. And what this tool will tell you is the questions, the actual specific questions, word for word, that people are typing into the search engines. Now, it won't tell you for all the search engines. It will only tell you for the ones that are relevant to its partners. Okay, so I don't think it's partnered with Google. I'm pretty sure it isn't. So as a result, the numbers are going to be much, much lower. But they're still going to be relevant because if someone's typing it in on one search engine, they're probably going to be typing it in on another search engine as well, you know, if you think about it in terms of the internet as a whole rather than just for these particular results. So, right up here, let's go with this example that I had here, the stretch marks one, okay? Okay, so let's just type in just the keyword stretch marks just there, okay? This is a random one, it's not something I'm ever going to suffer from, but, you know, why not? Let's put it in. And isn't that interesting? There we go. That's clarification right there that we were right in terms of this is definitely a good title for an article. Okay, this is definitely the sort of thing you could write an article about. How to get rid of stretch marks. That would definitely work because there are people here typing it in, and those are the exact questions. But here's others questions as well. Look, these are all titles for articles you could use, especially these top. I'd say top three. They're a bit low actually in terms of results. This is per year, I should say. So these are very low, but. How to get rid of stretch marks is going to be something that if it was asked 141 times on one search engine, and this is one of the smaller search engines, which it will be, think how many people are going to be looking for it on Google. And as we've seen in the exact matches just here, how to get rid of stretch marks, 40,500 people typing those exact words into Google. Okay, so that's that. So now the question is to go and find out whether anyone is doing this already, and to just kind of clarify and double check if people are really looking for this and if anyone's advertising for it. Because if anyone's advertising for it on Google, usually down the right hand side, if anyone's advertising, that means they're making money, because they wouldn't be advertising if they weren't making money. And ideally you need to see 3 or 4 people advertising down that right hand side, because that's the kind of the bellwether, if you like, for a market that is working. So right here, let's type in our how to get rid of, oh there it is, how to get rid of stretch marks. And right there, look at that, number 3, how to get rid of stretch marks is an article from easyinarticles.com. How interesting. That means that this person's obviously done something very clever, which is done exactly what we've just done. They've just done it earlier. That's cool. That's very cool. But that means that this would work. Okay, so if they've done it for how to get rid of stretch marks, and you're in that market, you're in the pregnancy market, then this is an awesome thing to find, because if they've done that for that, you can do it for all the other keyword questions that are here. How to prevent stretch marks? Can stretch marks go away? What causes stretch marks? Write articles on all of those, and this can be done for any market. You know, my mum doing this for the health market. She'll be able to do this for, you know, products that she has, like Zambrosa, those sorts of things. She'll be able to do it for, you know, conditions that she hears people coming to her about. She can then take those kind of case studies, if you like, from her clients, go online and find out if lots of people are having that problem. If they are, then her blog is the place they should be going to. Okay, so you know, you can do this for your business and really capitalize on the fact that there are people out there who are looking for solutions to problems. Okay. So, yeah, that's it, I think, in terms of keyword research. This is somebody who's done exactly what I've suggested, okay? They've got a title, how to get rid of stretch marks, and nothing else. So that's an exact kind of match, if you like. They've also got the words how to get rid of stretch marks in there. They've quite cleverly done it in speech marks as well, which makes it look like a phrase match. So when Google looks at it, they would potentially see it as a phrase match as well as an exact match and all those other things. So that's quite a cool thing as well. And they've done it in the first sentence, which is a very cool thing to have done, a very important thing to do. So make sure you've done that. And also further throughout the rest of the text, it says get rid of stretch marks again there. They've put it a couple of times, so they're keywords. It's a keyword-rich article, but it's still providing information for people. And then at the bottom here is the resource box, which I'm going to talk to you about in the next video.